Hi, friends. This is our social studies. We're doing Unit 2 Celebrating Cultures. We're on Lesson 3, Life in Canada, and it starts on page 80. Life in Canada, page 80. Essential question: how does diversity influence culture? What do you think? Diversity influence culture by the way we live. Celebrations, food, entertainment, all of that. That's how it influences how we live. Words to know. Write a number on each line to show how much you know about the meaning of each word. 1, I have no idea. 2, I have a little. And 3, I know a lot. Bilingual, cuisine, and style. The people who live in Canada are called Canadians. Just like you, they are proud of their home. Read the poem below. My Own Canadian Home by E.G. Nelson. Though other skies may be as bright, and other lands as far as fair, though charms of other climes invite my wandering footsteps there, yet there is one, the peer of all, beneath bright heaven's dome. Of thee I sing, O happy land, my own Canadian home. And then at the bottom of that poem, it says, there's like a little number 1, it says climes. It means climate. So they're abbreviating climes. Or making a word for climate. And number 2 says peer, and what that means is friend. So if you go back to your the poem and look for climes, let's read. That's the third line. Let's read it again. Though charms of other climes invite. Okay, so charms of other, you can put climates invite. They're just kind of saying the word a little silly. So I want you to pay attention though to that number 1, because a lot of times in some of our testing we'll have that and it will be at the bottom. It refers to the bottom to tell us what is that word, okay? All right, the question at the bottom of page 80, it says, what does this poem tell you about Canadians? Write your response and share it with your classmates. The poem tells about Canadians' pride for their country because it talks about happy home. So it's all really about their happy home and how they enjoy their home. Top of page 81. The header, which is in the blue, says, who are Canadians? There are around 33 million people living in Canada. Native Americans make up over 1 million of these people. Native Americans live in Canada for thousands of years before European settlers arrived. Some lived in coastal fishing villages. Others were hunters and gatherers. Still others created permanent settlements. Some Native Americans even lived in the ice Arctic. Today, Native Americans still live throughout the country. But Native Americans aren't the only people living in Canada. Like the United States, Canada is home to people from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and many other parts of the world. Most of Canada's immigrants came from Europe. The French settled Canada in the 1600s for over 200 years. They ruled much of the eastern part of the country. Later, the British gained control of Canada. Because of these influences from France and England, many Canadians today are bilingual. Okay, I want you to look at the word bilingual. B-I says bi. That means two. Bicycle. That means 2 wheels on the bicycle. Binoculars. That means there's two there's two round lenses for each eye. Okay, then look at the word lingual. Lingual means language. So bilingual means two languages. That means they speak two languages. So I want you to box the country people are from. So you can box Native American, you can box Asian, African, Latin America, and France. The caption that's pointing to the picture says, a community on the French River in Prince Edward Island. Question: how are the languages spoken in Canada similar to those spoken to the southeast in the United States? You have to refer back to page 79, and that was that was not in this PDF, but it's in the last lesson. So you have to use that and go back on page 79. It says southeast has French, Spanish, and Native American, Cuban, and Caribbean influences. So the languages are similar because they both have influences from France and Native Americans. So that's how they're similar. You have to compare and contrast. Okay, page 82. The header is Living in Canada. Many immigrants have moved to Canada over the years. They brought with them many of the customs of their homelands. These different customs are a part of Canada's culture. Let's read about life in some of Canada's major cities. So we're talking about the major cities. Quebec is the first settlement. So the city of Quebec was the first French settlement in Canada. It was built on the banks of the St. Lawrence River. More than 500,000 people live in Quebec today. There are many French, African, and Asian cuisines or styles of cooking found throughout the city. One of Quebec's biggest attractions is the Winter Carnival. Visitors come to the city to see large snow sculptures and to visit the Ice Palace, a giant building made entirely of ice. Montreal is the second largest. Montreal is the second largest city in Canada. It has the largest population of French-speaking Canadians. French culture is seen as and heard throughout the city. Many festivals are held throughout the year to celebrate the French roots. The city is a major center of culture, education, and business as well. Toronto is the largest population. Toronto has the largest population of all Canadian cities. More than half of the city's residents were born in other countries. Some of this diversity is seen in Toronto's food. Many different cuisines are found in restaurants throughout the city. Toronto is also home of many businesses, theaters, and museums. It also has the CN Tower. This tower is 1,815 feet tall, which makes it the tallest freestanding structure in the Western Hemisphere. How is Toronto similar to the cities in the United States? Toronto is similar to cities in the United States because of the diversity of cultures, celebrations, and population. Page 83. Ottawa is the largest skating rink. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. It is located in the province of Ontario between Toronto and Montreal. One unique feature of the city is the Rideau Canal. This man-made waterway connects the city to Lake Ontario. During the winter, a 5-mile stretch of Channel becomes one of the longest skating rinks in the world. That'd be fun. Vancouver, mildest climate. Vancouver is a large city located in Canada's west coast. About 1/3 of the people living in Vancouver were born in other countries, including Asia and Europe. One reason people live here is because it has the mildest climate in Canada. This allows for outdoor activities year-round. People can ski, play soccer, and go kayaking all in the same day. How do the United States compare to Canada? Choose one U.S. region and compare it to Canada in the diagram below. Again, you have to go back to page 79 in your textbook and use that information to help you fill this out. So Canada's in yellow, both is in green, and then you have to say which region you want to compare. I'm going to compare the Northeast U.S. region. So in Canada, there's ice sculptures, ice skating, towers, and French speaking. In the Northeast U.S. region, there's sushi, seafood, sailing, and hip-hop music. Both of them are cold in the winter, large populated cities, diversity, many languages, and museums. Page 84. Things to do in Canada. There is much to see and do in Canada. Citizens and visitors can attend plays, museums, sporting events, and celebrations throughout the country all year round. Sports. During the winter, children enjoy ice skating, skiing, and ice hockey, the most popular sport in Canada. During the summer, Canadians spend much of their time outdoors. Lacrosse, water sports, and fishing are popular activities. They also play games such as baseball and soccer. Circle the parts of Canadian culture that are similar to the cultures in the Northeast United States. Traveling through Canada. Like the United States, Canada is a big country. How do people get to different places? Long ago, boats and canoes were the only way people and goods could travel across Canada's lakes and rivers. Today, railroads and highways connect cities and towns. The Trans-Canada Highway stretches across the country from the east to the west coast. Other highways connect cities in Canada to the United States. And airplanes allow people to travel quickly around the country and the world. Top of page 85. Cuisine, holidays, and the arts. Since Canada's people are very diverse, so is the food. The style of traditional Canadian food is very similar to American food. Meat, seafood, fruits, vegetables, and grains are important ingredients. Cuisines from Europe and the Caribbean and Asia are also found throughout the country. Canadians also enjoy many Native American foods such as pan-fried bread. Canadians celebrate holidays too. They celebrate Thanksgiving much like we do in America. However, their celebration is in October, not November. They also celebrate Canada Day on July 1st. This is a celebration of the day Canada became a country in 1867. Canadians also enjoy theatre and arts. People see plays at Ontario Stratford's Shakespeare Festival. Many movies and television shows are filmed in cities such as Toronto and Vancouver. Canadian art reflects both European and Native American influences. Many artists are inspired by the landscape in the country. Okay, friends, essential question. How does diversity influence culture? Diversity influences culture by the way we live. For example, how we celebrate, what we eat, and the entertainment we watch, and how we travel. Nice job, friends. Kiss your brain.